Good morning, everybody. I see everybody's trickling in from the queue. Appreciate that. My name is Scott Peacock. For those that don't know me, I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications here at Visit NC, and we're excited today to talk to you guys about our 2025-26 fiscal year, calendar year, partner co-op programs. Going to be joined today by some colleagues. We can advance the slide. There we go. So I've got Marlise Taylor, our Director of Tourism Research here at Visit NC, Andre Neighbors, who's our Partner and Industry Relations Manager, Amanda Baker, who's our Partner Marketing Manager, and then I've also got some teammates here from our marketing and advertising agency, Luke Wire. I've got Hannah, who's our Partner Programs Manager. I've got Quinn, who is helping with our partner programs on the content side, and then Eleni, who's helping with our integrated media strategy and a lot of the actual paid media programs and even the media buying programs that you're going to hear about on the webinar today. But first, let's just start with what we consider a co-op. So we consider a co-op at Visit NC probably one of three things. One, it could be a program that we're selling you that allows you to get exposure on Visit NC's channels. So that could be a way to lift up your business or your hotel or attraction or your destination on our website, our social media efforts, our emails that we send out. It could also be a program that we have gone out with a media vendor and purchased. So for example, our print advertising that we provide you all in the co-op, we go out to those publishers and we say to them, we would like to buy 5 or 6 pages in Garden and Gun. And then we are able to resell those pages to you all at a discounted rate because we buy a full page, but we resell it as a quarter page. So it's a way for us to make some opportunities more affordable for a hotel attraction destination to participate in. And then the third would be just a vendor that we highly recommend. So this is where some of our research programs go, although we also buy some of those down. This is also where some of our media programs go as well. So we might also work with a media vendor to get a program or an offering together at a reduced rate, but we aren't necessarily buying it ourselves or subsidizing it. It's just a really good opportunity that we want to provide and put in front of you, and we're sort of giving a stamp of approval to that particular vendor to say it's someone that Visit NC trusts and works with on our own and would like to offer this opportunity to you guys. So that's kind of like the three ways that we think about a co-op. Our own channels, things that we do where we are offsetting some of the costs to make it more affordable for you, and then things that are just a really good idea or package we put together for you. So that helps kind of frame things for today. Next, for those of you that are following along at home, we put a link in the chat to our partner programs brochure, which is online. You can find that any time in the year at our partners website. We've laid it out as a funnel approach. So we're going to talk about the funnel today, and that's how we're going to kind of orient these programs. The first phase of the funnel is awareness, where you're trying to introduce and inspire travelers to consider you. The next is the consideration phase, where you're actually trying to influence them to maybe choose you over another attraction, business, destination, etc. And the last is that conversion phase, like what are things that we can do and programs that we can offer you to help you figure out, how to actually get them to book and come and visit. And then the last part of the funnel is things to do when they're in destination. So what are some things that we could do once they're there in your area to help extend their stay and make them spend more money while they're there? The last part of it, which is not really part of the funnel, but where we sort of start our programs, is in the program planning phase. So we'll kind of kick things off by talking about our program planning. And if you're just building a marketing and PR plan, what are some things we can do to help you in that regard? So with that, I'm going to hand it over to my friend Quinn.
Thanks, Scott. So yeah, program planning is about sharpening your skills. So the first program we have here, we are bringing back the social media audit program as a way to give you insight into what's working on your channels. We do that by providing benchmarks as a starting point, and then we can also give you community management tips and more. Seasonality is a huge piece of your content strategy for your brands. So if you are interested in the audit, you will have a more in-depth intake form around seasonal campaigns, any rebrands that you have for the year, and the expected takeaways for the program. So Cleveland County, as an example, purchased an audit back in September, and we've had since implemented a number of our team's recommendations. So their Facebook followers increased by 16.3%. Their content interactions increased by 53.3% on Facebook and 58.8% on Instagram. And then just wanted to give you some insight into what their community engagement specialist had to say, that our tips on utilizing partner tags and collaborations boosted efficiency. Their Instagram reach increased by 40.6% after using those strategies. And again, we're just here to guide you, and we would love to have that one-on-one time with you and talk about ways to improve your channels there. And I'll pass it over to Hannah to talk production.
Good morning. Okay, so we have two different programs here. This is okay, here we go. So we have our content shoot. This is a great opportunity to update your portfolio or create assets that are going to be challenging to capture in your area. So a lot of these portfolio options could be capturing events in your area or just updating anything in your area that you could have a hard time capturing. So this could be used for social platforms, website, or any of your local partners. And then our video production, you could take advantage of this and make a 2 to 3 minute video. The Luke Wire team, we have script writing, voiceover, talent, and a full promotional video. You have the chance to use this on your owned and organic channels along with your paid and social platforms. And over to Marlies.
Hey everyone. To get into the research programs, so we currently have about a dozen partners participating in our Zartico Visitor Insights, but we're always trying to add added value to that program. So last year we added an events insights analysis to that Zartico Visitor Insights program. This year we have added an events insights analysis co-op for those even who are not participating in the Zartico Visitor Insights co-op. So if you're interested in an events analysis and you're not already a other co-op partner, hopefully that's not too confusing, but you can call us and inquire about joining that events insights analysis for just events. We'll continue to start continue a program that we started last year for partners who even want to go a little deeper into that event visualization. If you need information on cross visitation or dispersion data showing where else visitors went in your community besides the event, we could do that. So that's the event dynamic visualization program. Then this year, a little change in the MMGY Portrait of American Traveler study. That is one that we've participated in for several years, and it's been really helpful for us to understand trends and behaviors of travelers who are interested in visiting North Carolina. This year, they have actually enhanced their program, if you will, and rolled it into this brand new Eureka platform. So attendees of the conference our partners can receive $1,000 discount on an annual subscription to this. What this is a one-stop hub for access to all of their trend and marketing studies. So if you want information on cultural travelers or Hispanic travelers or you name it, all of those special studies that MMGY does quarterly, you would have access to those studies to help you understand traveler behaviors and mindsets. A new opportunity for partners this year is with the data analytics provider Datify. So through this discounted cooperative opportunity, partners will have access to a customized dashboard that will include geolocation data, credit card spending data, and website attribution for your destination. The cost for this is going to be dependent on your population. So if you'll contact me if you're interested in this, I will get a price for you if you're interested in participating, and we can kind of go from there. We are also continuing our syndicated resident sentiment co-op with OmniTrack, as we know that many of our destinations are, want to be more in tune with the residents in terms of the impact of tourism on the community. So this data will help you understand the overall feelings of residents towards tourism, anything from economic impacts to lifestyle and sustainability issues. Not all destinations are going to have sufficient resident sample with OmniTrack, but we will work with you and OmniTrack to identify other databases that you may currently own that can be used to boost that sample. So if you want to contact myself or Ashton English on that one if you're interested. We're also continuing our partnership with Key Data, and you're able to receive insights into your lodging markets through their online platform. I won't go into a whole lot of detail about this because we have been working with them for several years, but they do offer a 25% discount on this product for Visit NC partners. And then returning this year after a one-year hiatus is a brand and image research project brought to you by Smari Insights. We have worked with this vendor for about 5 years and really are pleased to offer partners a way to better understand your competitive position, consumer perceptions, and somewhat of a profile of visitors. We do have a limit of 8 partners who can participate in this program for $8,000 each. So please reach out to me if you're interested in that one. All of the other co-ops do not have a limit, so it's only this one that has a limit. So just let me know as soon as possible if you are interested. We'll go to field on this study in June. And I'm turning it over to Andre.
Yep, there we go. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us again. I'm going to talk to you a little bit this morning about the Certified Retirement Community Program, or better known as Retire NC. It's still part of the Visit NC wheelhouse, and we'll be continuing to promote this program as well. Again, just some quick Reader's Digest background on the program. This was a program that was started back in the Rural Development Office at the Department of Commerce, and the Visit NC was charged to market the program in its first inception, and then and this started in 2008. Then around 2012 is when Visit NC took it over totally, where we now administer the program as well as market the program as well. The program is really designed, to promote North Carolina, not only as a place to visit, but also as a place to retire and start that next chapter of life as well. To be a part of the Retire NC program, there is an application process that you can find through myself, or it should be up on our NC website as well. But some of those guidelines would be, of course, some would be in a city, town, municipality, or county, TDA, or a CVB can apply, or chamber can apply as well. Be within 50 miles of a major medical facility, have a marketing and a public relations plan, as well as a retiree attraction committee to help put together to respond to some of those leads that we get. Some advantages to being in the program is also that you receive all the leads that we get from the retirenc.com website. You'll also have and that's with also with the website, as well as Our Deal Living magazine, which we also do some digital with that program as well. Also, you'll have a listing in our Retire NC guidebook that's also given out at all of the shows that I'll speak about later, as well as in all of our welcome centers. And in our guide, you also have the opportunity to do some feature events or some feature stories on your destination within the guide as well. Currently, we have about 18 communities that's part of our program. And a new one that we just came on just last year was Vance County TDA. So we're very excited about this program and continuing to push it along. And again, if you have any questions about the program and need an application sent to you, or just wanted to speak about the program in general, feel free to reach out to me. And I will pass it on to Amanda.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about the Outdoor and Sea Stewardship Program. It offers participants ready-to-use resources to raise awareness, activate projects, and celebrate positive outcomes. Outdoor and Sea is a movement that's committed to promoting stewardship throughout North Carolina. Destination stewardship is a process and includes a multi-stakeholder approach to shared management and shared resources. Each organization and person within an organization have a role to play in its success. This initiative began in 2020 when Visit North Carolina, in collaboration with the North Carolina Outdoor Recreation Industry Office and Leave No Trace, and has since expanded to include 4 programs. By participating in the Outdoor and Sea Partner Alliance program, you'll gain foundational knowledge about responsible recreation and accessible outdoors, learning how destination stewardship benefits communities, preserves natural and cultural heritage, and improves visitor experiences. You'll receive practical tools, templates, and content to advance projects and effectively communicate with visitors, residents, stakeholders, and equip us with stories and content to help amplify and tell your destination stories. And Hannah, you can move forward. There you go. With our new and expanded platforms, including outdoorandsea.com, our redesigned email, and recently launched social media accounts, the Outdoor and Sea program offers activations that touch various points of the tourism marketing funnel through the lens of destination stewardship, including awareness, consideration, conversion, and in-destination tactics. The Outdoor and Sea Partner Alliance program offers various tiers starting at $300, and partners will receive a variety of benefits like access to the Outdoor and Sea Toolkit, which includes usage rights of the Outdoor and Sea Leave No Trace principles, and marketing and educational materials such as brand assets and training resources. Please note that this program operates on a fiscal year basis, and participation does not automatically renew each year. So if you're interested in joining the Outdoor and Sea Partner Alliance program, please complete the partner program sign-up sheet. The last 2 pages feature the Outdoor and Sea section. Next slide. Participation in the Outdoor and Sea Partner Alliance program is required to participate in Trail Towns or the Guide Summit. The Outdoor and Sea Trail Town designation is understanding that destination stewardship is not a one-off activity. The principles and practices are part of a destination's DNA and embedded into everything. The Trail Town Stewardship Designation Program is about activating destination stewardship. It equips North Carolina tourism partners with knowledge and tools to foster responsible travel, accessible outdoors, and sustainable tourism. The result is helping our partners preserve nature, contribute to residents' well-being, and improve visitor experience for all. At its core, it's a quality assurance program that's helping us scale up our collective impacts and ensuring a return on investment for our partners. The Outdoor and Sea Guide Summit focuses on outfitters and guides that play a critical role in the tourism industry and have a profound impact on visitor experiences in the state. Guides and outfitters, we understand, are in a unique position to be leaders in protecting our natural spaces. By participating in these Outdoor and Sea Guide program, they'll become a trusted partner and lead to more recognition and promotion within the state. We also have our Outdoor and Sea Accessible Outdoors program, which is free to all stakeholders and aims to increase information transparency so individuals can make informed decisions about exploring North Carolina's outdoor spaces based on their abilities.
All right. So the awareness piece of the funnel is about looking to increase your search volume or increase your share of voice across channels. So these programs will be the one to invest in if those are your KPIs. So starting with our social programs, the operation of these 3 that you see on the screen here will stay the same. But if purchasing a social spotlight, there are 2 new changes that I'd like to point out. So you now get the choice between Twitter or X and Threads. So you'll be able to mark those on the new spec sheets that are coming out. And then in terms of TikTok, we'd like you as partners to have more exposure long-term on the feed. So we're actually adding your spotlight video into a relevant TikTok playlist as added value to you, but the additional reel or TikTok would cost an additional $500 for that short form. capture. On the opposite end, if you have a lot of visitors that tag you on Instagram, I suggest buying into the user-generated content program this year. Our team does the legwork for you, and we search out those locations that you provide. And an added bonus of UGC is that these posts received a higher engagement rate than Instagram posts overall, which is 7.72% is almost double the industry average. And then when you buy into either of these programs, we are bringing back the joint posting as added value. So just be sure to have those collaboration requests ready if you get those notifications. But on your interest forms, if you buy into either a social spotlight or a UGC program, you will be able to opt into the joint posting. Moving on to e-news programs. As detailed on page 2 of your brochure, if you want to go back and check, we've developed a new first-party data email strategy with the help of Salesforce. This allows us to utilize personalization that targets specific travel interests. So moving on to the welcome journey. For those not familiar with how we divide our e-news segment, the welcome journey is a series of emails that subscribers are automatically added to when signing up for the newsletter. And our database builds out profiles to better understand personal preferences and interests. So we're bringing back multiple interest categories to choose from: mountains, coast, city, and small towns. And then the thank you email sponsorship program targets users, those same users who subscribe to either the e-news or the travel guide. They'll get an auto-trigger thank you email that then kickstarts the welcome journey. And your ad will be placed at the bottom of the thank you email with the downstream link to your website. And then these new e-news programs, we are offering a brand new newsletter specific to Eat and Drink. That will deploy biannually with 2 partner spots in both fall and spring, so 4 total. And then with First and Fright, we are excited to build on that excitement of the year-long campaign. So we're also offering an e-news segment built on haunted tourism, which will deploy twice within the fall season. And our First and Fright email segment has now grown to 11,375 subscribers. Transitioning over to multi-channel, authentic and immersive storytelling is one of the quickest ways to earn travelers' trust. So my favorite program continues to be our featured content sponsorship program. Remember here that when you sponsor a piece of content, it's promoted across multiple touch points, including Instagram stories. And then in terms of story themes, in your brochure, I'd like to draw your attention to the winter slot. This year, we're offering inclusion in one of our newly developed gift guides. And we debuted the gift guides back in November's Travel Insider. And the total number of views since then has grown to 4,232. And the average duration on these content pages comes in at just under 3 minutes. In anticipation of the new website launching, we've created 5 new website personas that go along with those gift guides. So you can expect to see an uptick in page views around the holidays. And then there's also a new search tool on the website. So buying into the program will only increase the added search value, not only on visitnc.com, but across the World Wide Web. A full list of story themes for featured content sponsorship is listed in your brochure. And it's a great opportunity to buy placement into a story that already has that SEO link equity while refreshing your content.
Good morning. And now I'll be diving into paid media programs. So we've renewed a bunch of great programs for this upcoming year. That's all laid out in the brochure, but we've got some exciting new programs like Hype Auditor and AARP. These are new ads for the awareness section this year. So we wanted to just make sure that we were providing a multi-channel approach for our digital programs. So on the next slide, we've got digital programs here, digital display programs, which are the most measurable of all of these awareness programs. So this is like the AccuWeather, Garden and Gun here, and then AARP. It's just where you can directly tie clicks on your ads to visits on the website. And the alignment with these really trusted names is just a way to drive great awareness amongst a very loyal and engaged audience. So new this year, we added AARP, which is a perfect fit for Retire NC. And then in terms of other awareness drivers, this includes connected TV. It's a very, very large percentage of all TV viewing, and more households subscribe to a number of streaming services. I know I have many. This is increasing year over year too, as more than 70% of households now own a smart TV as well. And then jumping to streaming audio, this is another fast growing channel. This is basically where you would hear a radio ad in the car. It's the same thing for streaming. They sound very similar. And we're also adding podcast inventory, which is great for aligning with very strong content and a very dedicated audience as well. Podcast hosts are basically influencers nowadays. So podcast listening has grown 9% in the last year. And in 2025, it's predicted that the global number of listeners will reach 504 million. So very large. And then the last new tactic we're excited to include this year's Hype Auditor. It's a creator discovery platform. So it makes it very easy to find the right creator for your brand and help you maximize your impact through relevant collaborations. So you would basically fill out an intake doc. We would curate 10 creator options perfectly aligned to your brand and your goals. And then you would receive a full presentation deck with all of those creators, some content ideas, activation suggestions. So we're excited about that. And now we can jump to more traditional media programs. This year, we'll be having a lot of great print and local market TV through Spectrum. So jumping into print, it's very much alive and well. 223 million people still read print magazines annually. Of course, like while our Gen Z audience is less likely to read a newspaper than, let's say, our boomer audience, there's still a big market for more niche print titles that the younger demos are still consuming. And these are the ones that we've included in the partner program year after year, titles like Outside Mag, Garden and Gun, Southern Living. And then in the large and small market combos, we have content focused on like the happenings of a specific market, like Tennessee Magazine, Our State, Blue Ridge Country, etc. So print usually sees a very high participation, and we love that you guys take advantage of the steep discounts and rates through our program. New this year, we've added Blue Ridge Outdoors to our small market combo just to complement the Blue Ridge Country, and this is at no additional cost to partners. And if feedback remains that we need more like full page opportunities and other titles too, we can certainly do that. Just let us know. And then jumping to local market TV, 40% of households still watch cable TV and subscribe to that. So it's still a very large piece of the pie in terms of eyeballs on screens. We're thrilled to be able to include it in our offerings again this year through Spectrum Cable. And there are 3 packages to choose from just based on any need at varying price levels. So there's something for everybody with a couple of different market options. And then we focused the buy on highly relevant cable programming. So we're going to be on the travel channel and then Spectrum News, just knowing that it's viewed in real time. And then Spectrum can also help with the spot production for those 15, 10, and 30-second spots just for an additional value.
Awesome. I'll talk a little bit about our public relations programs. We offer group media missions. So these happen in 2 different ways. One is out of state and in state. So I'll kind of take it one at a time. Our in-state media mission takes place in the fall of every year, and it's usually here in the Triangle. And that is open to partners that would like to come in and have a chance to mingle with travel and food writers and influencers from within the state of North Carolina. So we bring the media in, and you guys get to come and set up and have a really good afternoon of networking and opportunities to get in front of them and get exposure and talk about your, destination and attractions, etc. That event is probably the biggest that we do each year as far as total participation and how many people can participate in it. The other events that we do are out of state media missions, and those run a little bit differently. In that instance, we take maybe 5 or 6 partners with us, and we go to target markets that have been identified. And these are the ones that we've got, coming up this year. We just this week wrapped up our DC mission. New York City is coming up, Atlanta, and then again, I mentioned the in-state one in the fall. And on these missions that we go to these target markets, we look at markets of origin. So we look at, where are visitors from North Carolina coming from, and then we overlay with that, where are markets that have a good high media potential, meaning that there's a good fair amount of media that live in that market, whether they are writing for publications and media that are in that market, or whether they're a freelancer that just happens to live there. So that's kind of like the 2 factors that we use to help us to decide where we're going to plan these out of state media missions. And then how you can participate in these is we send out a survey in the fall every year that says, here's the upcoming media missions for the next year. Please fill out your interest form and tell us if you're interested in any one of these, and rank them in order, because we know we can't bring everybody that would like to go, because we only bring about 5 or 6 partners per mission. So that has already gone out for the year to kind of get us set up for this calendar year, but you can keep an eye out for more information about our in-state media mission as we get ready to plan that. And then also later this fall, keep an eye out for the email that will go out that will explain where we're going to be taking our out-of-state media missions in 2026. So those are some of the co-ops that we have on the public relations side that partners can participate in. And if you have questions throughout the year around them, even if it's too late to sign up for one, please feel free to reach out. We're happy to talk to you guys and explain a little bit more about how it works.
There we go. Bit of a delay on my end, so apologize about that. So back to Retire NC program and some of the expos that we'll be doing for 2026. So we will be again joining the Ideal Living Show, usually always in the Northeast, but we'll looking at the New York, Long Island. We're also looking at Tyson's Corner, Virginia, and probably the New Jersey, Parsippany, New Jersey show as well. So 3, maybe 4 shows that we'll do this year. We may throw Connecticut in there. Hadn't made that decision yet. But it is open to all of our CRCs, so that's included in the CRC program. So if you are a part of the program, that's automatic. You're able to attend. But if you're not a part of the program, we are opening it up for you to attend those shows as well. So feel free to reach out to me or Hannah if you have any questions about attending those shows. At those expos, we usually take about 5 to 6 of our partners with us, and all of the leads generated from those shows go to all of our CRCs as well as those who attend the show as well. We also have a brand new retirency guide that we're going to be doing this year. We're partnering with Leisure Media 360. They're handling the guide for it. So again, that's open, an automatic listing is guaranteed for all of our CRC partners or retirency partners who are part of our program. So those 18 communities get an automatic page in the guide, but they're also able to upsell themselves as well and have featured events or featured stories about their communities within the new guide as well. So we're changing it up from just being a brochure to an actual guide that we could send out to potential visitors and potential retirees as well. On the domestic side, we will be attending some of the domestic shows, the travel and adventure shows, in 2026 as well. And that's open to all partners. We usually take up to 10 partners for those particular shows. Downtown New York, downtown Manhattan, New York City, as well as downtown Washington, D.C. And then we're looking to add South Florida to the mix. In 2026 as well. Again, those are open to all partners who would like to attend. You can see any kind of photo there. We have a great time, and it's a great chance to one to get to know other destinations. But attending those shows, you have the opportunity to definitely be able to talk to those potential visitors. Because that's open to consumers. It's also open to travel agents. It's open to travel writers, content planners, bloggers, the whole 9 yards. So again, if you have any questions and would like to attend any of those shows, please reach out to myself or to Hannah, and we'll be sure to put you on the list. They fill up very, very quickly. So just to let you know, there's already I know for the New York show, we're already at 5 partners who've already said that they would like to attend. So if you do want to attend some of those domestic travel trade shows with Travel and Adventure, please feel free to reach out to me. And I think that's it for me. And just housekeeping wise, we will be answering questions at the end. So please continue to keep plugging your questions in, and Josh will be sharing those with us at the end of the presentation. On to you, McQueen, I think.
Yes, thank you, Andre. So consideration programs opt to quickly connect interested leads, and we can do this through the new site taxonomy and the search tools that we have available on the site. So starting with our organic programs, our Instagram story features, we are keeping the option to focus either on a general story or an event-based story when buying into the program. General stories will be added to the Explore highlight, and event features will be added to the upcoming events highlight, just to further maximize the time on the Instagram feed past the 24-hour window. New this year, we are enacting a seasonal model to provide more flexibility in both promoting your events and aligning with your content goals to highlight either in upcoming seasons or an evergreen event. So we are decreasing the slide count from 7 to 5, but that was a strategic decision to help increase the completion rate on the slides and also maximize engagement. Moving on to .com, you will see a sneak peek of the website through the example screenshots on these slides, but we also have a new navigation bar and website page categories. A list of those are in your brochure as well. So with the interest overview, if you'd like to be highlighted on one of those interest pages, now's the time to buy in. The draw here is that the seasonal overview page and the interest overview pages have a new prominent placement on the site. It will sit right below the hero image and above the fold. And these pages are linked directly from the new navigation bar. With the seasonal overview, this operates similarly, the differentiation being that your feature is linked directly off the Visit and See homepage during the relevant season. And then just to note here that the new specs on the site will be more of a 16:9 ratio in case you want to go through your bank of images there. And then with native ads, we have an exciting design update. Native ads will live on their own dedicated module on each of the available pages. So either the interest overview pages or subregion pages. So these will have a guaranteed placement alongside relevant content that a user would already be looking for. And the inventory is limited to 3 ads per content page. Moving on to e-news, to continue highlighting those genuine and authentic experiences, we are bringing back the For Real content series within our e-news program. This is deployed within Visit NC's monthly newsletter with dynamic subject lines. And we do have the ability to capitalize on specific segments of the newsletter in order to highlight the most local experience possible. So just be prepared to answer a number of questions related to your destination in order to determine the best content angle for your feature. Continuing to build on our conversion objective, we also have these multi-channel programs available. With the eNews Insider authorship, this continues to be within one of the top 3 most clicked stories within eNews. By authoring a piece and being a lead voice for eNews, it does allow for that destination introduction. And we'll also create a landing page with your recommendations that users can refer back to long after they've opened the email there. So with custom content pieces, these are authored by you along with the help of our editorial team. And not only will your customized story live in perpetuity on the website, but it will also be placed within that month's Travel Insider eNews and across 3 of our social channels. We are moving away from trip ideas as a content type, but we will then be leaning into itineraries more often. And then if your marketing plans change or you want to promote an exciting new offering, you are able to buy into the custom content refresh program moving forward as long as you already have that existing custom content piece on the site. With Pinterest, there is a new platform. So we will be offering as added value to you an SEO-based article pin on Pinterest if you buy into any of those programs. I just wanted to give you all as partners kudos and inspiration for you to see. So with custom content, Beach Mountains, not only did they receive the highest number of clicks in eNews, it also garnered the highest number of cumulative clicks across social. So their story was on year-round activities, but published in the summer. So if you haven't already started promoting year-round activities, let this be your sign to do so. And then the insider author whose piece received the highest number of total clicks this fiscal year was Keith Settles with Burke County. And then as hinted at earlier, we wanted to give you as partners an opportunity to expand your reach on Pinterest. So we are offering an SEO promotion that will work similarly to a Facebook event promotion, except that our team will promote a single article pin, and the recommended ad spend there is $500. And this is eligible to any partners who buy into a custom content refresh, or featured content sponsorship article. And we will have relevant SEO titles and descriptions written out and published for you within 30 days of when the article goes live.
Awesome. And now jumping to some digital programs here. As we move down the funnel, we were able to include some awesome consideration programs as well. So first we've got Causal IQ with some curated display and online video. And then through Our State, we have a custom article opportunity, and then the Field Trips e-news series. Through Outside, we have a dedicated e-news program as well. And then through Unified Partnerships, we have a paid social media program. So diving in, just another piece of feedback we heard from partners is that there was a need for more travel endemic sites. So we listened and focused a portion of these programs targeted specifically towards travel websites. This not only includes the digital newsletters and custom content with our state and outside, but we also customized a whitelist of travel vertical websites through Causal IQ. And these sites are like Travel and Leisure, TripAdvisor, Kayak, just all the good ones. And then the custom article through our state, this has a very native feel and a trusted environment. And then the content themes throughout the year will be memorable mountain visits, enchanting towns for the winter, and then charming coastal towns. They also have an e-news field trips series that's a 14-day custom series that 7 different partners can opt into for like 2 consecutive days each. And then the dedicated outside e-news that taps into their first party email list of 62,000 subscribers just to reach a very engaged and outdoorsy audience with 100% share of voice. And then lastly, through Unified, they're offering a paid social program where you can run your ads without the burden of having to manage it. So they have the ability to run across all 10 major social platforms through static posts, story ads, or video ads.
And now I'll touch guys about our travel guide. Our travel guide is published by Dotdash Meredith. I happen to have a copy right here. Hope you guys all take a chance to find one, grab one, reach out to us and request one. But it's an amazing way to get in front of travelers that are looking to plan a trip and are considering North Carolina. These are really qualified leads. It's distributed at all the welcome centers, airports, and other major distribution points around the state of North Carolina. It's also something people can request on our website, and we'll mail it out to them. There's also a digital edition of the travel guide that lives on our website, and we often are running ads, including on LinkedIn, where we're pointing people to it and referring to specific articles. So it has a lot of legs to it. It's not just the print piece alone that is out there. And so the advertising for this and the opportunities to get exposure in this are managed by our partners at Dotdash Meredith. So if you're interested in learning more about the travel guide and some of the opportunities to get into it, reach out to us and we'll connect you with Stacy Rossiter at the Dotdash Meredith team, who can fill you in more, let you know what opportunities exist. But it's been an amazing piece for us over the years. We're really excited about the newer 3-tiered cover approach that we've had, and we're really proud of the travel guide. And there's been a lot of cool, innovative things that have come out of it over the years.
All right, so with conversion, these programs will help you seal the deal as the chosen destination. Starting with featured events, know that you have the option to promote featured events solely on our website. And if you want that added visibility boost, we are bringing back our Instagram story featured roundups, where your destination has a designated slide in our monthly feature of upcoming events. And then you can also promote it on Facebook, which includes a $500 ad spend. When buying into featured events specifically, note that that also grants you automatic inclusion into the events roundup under eNews, which is deployed every other month. And then on the new website, there is an opportunity to buy into a placement in the featured event carousel, which is a new offering where your event appears in a large module at the top of the overall events page, which takes up even more prime real estate on the website. The other thing to note about roundups and Facebook promotions is that they will operate on the same seasonal model as Instagram story features. We will have 8 partner spots per season for story roundups and 2 per season for Facebook promotions. And then back to the superlatives here. I did want to give kudos. The roundup with the highest number of total impressions goes to the holiday events roundup from November. The event with the highest number of link clicks goes to Visit Greensboro's Winter Wonderlights. And the DMO with the highest number of handle taps combined with location tag taps goes to Visit Sugar Mountain and Oktoberfest. So there's a lot of variety in the events that we're seeing there and those that perform well. And then new this year, the featured locals tip. We do want your snackable tips as DMOs. So we are giving you the opportunity to provide an insider tip, again, putting a face to a name that will be useful to visitors traveling to your destination. This module really packs a punch, even if there's only a couple sentences in there. It does have space for thumb-stopping imagery, an outbound link, and this will live on the interest overview and subregion overview pages.
All right. And lastly, as we get to the bottom of the funnel at conversion, we have our travel intent driven program through Sojourn. So Sojourn has thousands of partnerships with online travel agencies, hotels, car rentals, cruises, airlines, basically you name it, they have it. So we're really excited to work with them again. We can target people who have recently searched for or booked travel and then identify those hand raisers. Reporting wise, you would get an economic impact study of the paid campaign that includes bookings, flights, and hotels for that period. And the program includes a 50% match in media value through Sojourn.
The Visit and See's partner and industry relations team has curated a selection of opportunities that address specific target markets that could benefit your organization. These offerings are tailored to align with our programs, including community development, Retire and See, international marketing, group travel, including meetings and sports. A few examples of these opportunities include those with small market meetings, North Star Meetings Group, Group Travel Leader, Travel South International Showcase, Hotel Beds, North Carolina Sports Guide, and Travels with Darley, for example.
Awesome. Okay, so we want to leave enough time for the Q&A at the end here, but next steps would be for program sign up. So any attendees that attended conference, we ask that you submit your 25-26 sign up sheet tomorrow, Friday, April 18th. And then on Monday, April 21st, we are going to conduct the lottery. And that is for all the programs that we've discussed today. Now, outdoor NC and research programs, you guys have at some extra time, as both Marlise and Amanda stated, that doesn't start until July. So any programs that you would like to sign up, do your best to submit that either tomorrow or beginning of next week, and we will work with you further. Now, Josh is going to go through for Q&A, and I will stop presenting.
Awesome. Thanks, Anna, and thanks everybody for walking us through that presentation deck. A lot of really great programs coming down the pipeline for the new fiscal year. There weren't a whole lot of questions, but there were two I want to just call attention to that were answered into the chat, just in case they might be applicable to you or what questions you might have. One of them was about tier designation, how that's determined, what counties are what tiers. There are a couple links actually in the chat. Thank you to our host and to Kathy for dropping those links in. If you have any questions about that in the tier ranking, please reach out. But there's a lot of good information on those links that were provided.
Yeah, I'll jump in real quick.
Awesome.
So those if you didn't see the chat, or if you're watching this later and you don't see the chat online, the tiers are created by the Department of Commerce each year. So these are economic distress tiers: tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. They change every year. They take a look at a multitude of factors and kind of have an indices that they build to determine the economic distress level of that county. So you could be a tier 1 this year and you could become a tier 2 next year. So it ebbs and flows. But that is kind of what we mean when we say tiers. We go back and look at the Department of Commerce, since we are a contractor to the Department of Commerce, and we align with their tiers and try to make sure we're providing support to those counties that need it most, to try to help tourism be a part of lifting overall economic development in those lower tiered counties that could use it most.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. There was another question about this presentation being available online, and it will be at partners.visitnc.com, as well as this recording as well. So you guys can reference that as you look to plan your upcoming year ahead. And then our first question was from Angela. Thanks, Angela, for asking. I think it's a really good question, and I'll open this up to the panel. Can a local business buy into the co-op programs? As an example, bridal venues buying into a print program or digital options, perhaps a local coffee shop buying into an event program.
Yes, matter of fact, this has been a point of emphasis for us for the last year or so. We want to make sure that everyone, including our DMO partners, know that this co-op program is available to any business in the state of North Carolina that is looking to attract visitors or that uses visitors to help sustain its business model. So it's not just made for the 100 plus DMOs we have. This program and can work for any hotel, attraction, small business, outfitter, coffee shop, wedding venue. All those are great examples. Any business out there can participate in our co-op program, even if their county TDA does not participate. So there's no kind of prerequisite to that. And so we would love it if you guys are able to take this co-op program and the link to the website and share that out in your newsletters or talk about it when you're out there talking with businesses. But please help us to make sure that everyone in the state knows that this co-op program is available to them and that there's no prerequisite that your local county TDA has to be involved for you to be involved. So yeah,
I
great.
will add that the research co-ops are a little bit different. Most of them, you do need to be a destination, not necessarily a TDA or a DMO, but a county or destination, just because of sample sizes. So the majority of those now, I think MMGY Eureka product would be the one exception I would need to look into, but most of the research ones would only be available to destinations or counties, just so we could have adequate sample size. But that's a little different than the marketing.
Awesome. Thank you both. That brings us to the end of our short question list, and I know we're right at time, but I welcome anyone if you want to drop an additional question in the chat or come off mute. Happy to field any additional questions that you might have. And of course, if anything comes up along the way, feel free to reach out to the Visit NC team and the partner program team. We're happy, of course, to circle back on any questions or answer anything that might pop up as you're planning.
Thanks so much, everyone.